Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. I am so glad that you've joined us again for another episode of Morning Moments. And I've got a wonderful guest today. Sabrina Villemenay is
Villemenay, you got it.
Villemenay.
It's
I knew I was going to mess it up, and I sure
you
enough.
have it. Let's give it a French flair. Villemenay.
Villemenay. How's that?
Yes,
Very good.
perfect.
Thank you. I do, as you all know, in Morning Moments, I mess up a lot of people's names, and I apologize for that to start the interview off. But anyway, let me tell you about my sister Sabrina. Her and her husband, when I asked the question, tell me what do you do and why do you do it? It was a very clear understanding why they do it, because they have a ministry in Haiti that her and her husband has been involved with. And I've been ask her today to share her heart about the people of Haiti. Sabrina, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you. Good morning to you as well, Andy. It is a privilege to be here. I just want to start off and just thank God for this divine appointment with you. And Candace Kirkpatrick, I love you. Moi, remets. Je t'aime in French. I love you with all the Christ in my heart. Thank you for connecting us. Um, why do I do what I do? What is my passion? Well, Haiti definitely is a passion for me and my entire family. My husband's name is Jude, and our children, we've got a boatload of kids that have spent the last 8 years serving abroad in Haiti through Love God, Love People Missions International. Um, how did we get there? God gave us an opportunity to serve in Haiti back in 2011, right after the earthquake. The earthquake over there took place in 2010. I think you're familiar with that. And I think more than 700,000 people lost their lives in that earthquake. And our family just felt called to go over to Haiti and begin to serve. And from that point, God opened up our heart even further to move from Douglasville, Georgia. Just take the leap, move from Georgia, move from a secure paycheck. We get used to the world economy and just trust Him to provide as we moved into Tabar, Haiti, to begin to help people, specifically women and children, recover from the earthquake. I can just share during the time that was the scariest move of all. Moving from a comfortable home in Douglasville, Georgia, where there's association dues and a swimming pool, to Haiti, where there was no running water in an outhouse. That was a big challenge, especially for our kids. But we trusted God. He had been working in our hearts for a while and letting us know that this is His heart, loving people no matter where they were located, and specifically for our family in Haiti. um, God showed us His heart. I can tell you, I personally, my husband and I have hundreds of Haitian spiritual children who, if I could have birthed them all, I would have, but I'm glad that God brought them into our lives. And we've been able to, through the work at Love God, Love People Missions, we've been able to see lives restored. Um, Examples of that are children who were living in tent city situations and experiencing human trafficking, being saved out of human trafficking and being reunited with their family and having the opportunity to have regular meals, having fresh water, having a roof over their heads, a bed, not always a roof, maybe, a clay thatched home or a tent that has, been kind of fortified, but having the security of knowing that there are people who are trying to help. And so it's been a wild ride, Andy. It really has.
You've got some real serious current needs too that you were sharing about, that you need for God to move with you as well, don't you?
Exactly. So thanks for asking. in Tabar 49, Haiti. The church building structure is up, but the roof is not. And we're just believing God. How many of you know when there's no roof on the house, if it rains, that rain falls in. And so we're believing God for the roof and just to outfit the church with chairs and the needs of the community. We were able to secure some land that we are paying on monthly through the ministry, and we're believing God to take care of that payment as well as the roof there and continued needs for our kids in the community. We support lots of kids by sending them to school, and also helping with women in the community who make handmade jewelry. We help them. So we're just believing God that as He has called us to it, He will supply those needs. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Often people say, well, uh, I don't know if I should go or not. Should I go or should I stay? It sounds like a song, right? But I've heard somebody say 2/3 of God's name is go. And what if you're
Yes,
not
yes.
going, then what are you doing? And even though we can't, some of us can't physically go, God has called us to go in two valuable things: support and through prayer as well.
That's right. That's right. We're always looking for people to partner with us in prayer. Nothing happens here on earth unless you send those prayers up to heaven, and God answers prayers through His people. We are always interested in people partnering with us in prayer and also support. We send barrels of supplies, clothing, food from Georgia, actually still from Douglasville, Georgia. Today I'm in Oregon, but from Douglasville, Georgia, most of our board lives there, the board of Love God, Love People missions, and we send barrels of provisional needs to Haiti on a monthly basis. So we're always looking for people to partner in that way. You can do so through our website. It's always available, but your support is definitely needed, and we appreciate it.
What I'd like to do for you today, and as usual, you'll see down below in the comment section here on our Facebook show, you'll see the websites. And so I'm going to have the website where you could get a hold of them and their ministry. They've got tremendous stories beyond Haiti that I also want to come back. I'm praying that Sabrina and I would be connected again in some more future shows, because we have had such a delightful time talking, sharing God's love, sharing how God is a God of love and restoration, and God of second chances. And
Yes, thank you,
whenever I
God.
hear a lovely story of ministry, there's always a backstory behind it that at a later time God may have us share. But for right now, I want you, when you think of Sabrina or her husband Jude in Haiti, I want you to pray for them. Matter of fact, I always try to get something to think of for people to think about, an odd memory. Whenever you hear the Beatles sing and you think, "Hey Jude," or even hear the Beatles, you think, well,
He
maybe
loves
that's
us.
maybe that's God having me pray for Jude and his wife, so in Haiti. So however God's going to bring it to your memory, I want you to take the time, close your eyes, and say, God, bless their ministry right now. And I want you to pray about how you're supposed to support them. And if it's financially great, we'd love to hear about that. But if it's also through prayer too, I want you to take some time to pray for them as well. Sabrina, I want to thank you for sharing your heart with us today, and sharing your passion for the people of Haiti, and the gifts that God has given you there.
That's right. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Andy, you're amazing. Keep up your morning moments. You are blessing the multitude, and I look forward to working with you again. And the Grand Commission, it can be summed up very simple. it says make disciples, but really it should be love God, love people. That's
Ab-
it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And thank you for joining us for Morning Moments, and keep coming back. Until next
Will
time, may
do.
God richly bless you.